permit conditional enrollment in a traditional school program. And the student was sent back to Rosewood High Community College campus. Motion by Hip, seconded by Nicolette. We had 5 ayes. Unpaid leave of absence, employee number 3299. Motion by Wright, seconded by Hepburn.
No.
No, I'm sorry, Nicolette, sorry, I scratched it out. There was 4 ayes, 1 nay to deny. Procedural issues. A recording of this meeting is being made and shall be kept for 30 days as public record. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Mr. Wright, would you lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call. I am present. Adrian Rendon is present. Alex Lett is present. Justin Wright is present. Sonny Hepburn is present. And Adrian, I saw him down at the end. Right here. Motion to approve the agenda. So moved. That was Brendan?
Yes.
Motion by Ms. Lett, seconded by Rendon. Student board member. Call for the vote. Aye. Aye. All ayes, motion carries. Reports, RH Early College Campus Cadet Corps. Mr. Wallace.
Go ahead.
Oh, Captain Wallace, sorry.
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Good evening, Mayor. I am Cadet First Lieutenant Hawkins. Today, I'd like to thank you all for allowing us for this opportunity to be here present at this board meeting. So, this year we've done a lot of events. We've done parades. We've had a patriotic ceremony which is across America. And for these parades, we've had 2 of them so far. The Armed Forces Day Parade and the Parade of Lights. Earlier this year, we did really well in these parades. I believe we got second one of them. Not sure, I'll double check that. But I'm really proud of our cadets because they have stepped up to a lot of leadership positions and roles for this current year. A lot of them are sitting right there. Really proud of them for being here today. And this is Wreaths Across America right here. We go there. It's an annual event every year. This last one was personally my first one, which is personally my favorite event so far. We got to honor those who have served, who have passed, by giving them a wreath at their gravestone, and it was just really, really empowering, in my opinion. But earlier this year, again, this was at a previous parade. I believe it was the Armed Forces Day Parade. That boy in the picture, he said that he wanted to be like Jonathan Prince, which he's sitting over there. We've also have been branching out into more of firefighting and drones. Firefighting, we kind of just started recently, but drones we have had since, I believe, last year. Couple years. We've been slowly expanding further into it, which I think is a really cool program. We can intertwine it with the CTE, well, no, not CTE, the CERT team, my apologies. And with the CERT team, we've also started that this year. We've, earlier this year, again, our cadets were able to participate in a leadership experience scenario that helped us develop leadership skills under stress and time crunches, which we all did really well, I will say. I'm really proud of them for that. And we're on that slide. So the last day of the semester last year, I believe, the second last day was my last day. We promoted our new cadet, Ryder Stevens, in this picture. We promoted him without a uniform because we believed that he was ready. And I will say, I am really proud of him. He has really stepped up. I was able to recruit him, actually. I was there whenever I showed him around on campus, and he reminds a lot of me, to be honest. And I see he's shorter. That's a little bit shorter. But hey, that's okay. And I'm really proud of him. He's stepped up a lot, and honestly, he could be future commander. He could. But I will be followed now by Major Coulson.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Cadet Major Emily Thorson, and I'll be talking about when we went into Lancaster a couple weeks ago. We went to the Conference and Events Breakfast at Crazy Autos, and we met Brigadier General Wickert, which is the commander of the 412 Test Wing on Edwards Air Force Base. We also met some gentlemen from the F-35 squadron with the British Royal Navy. We met a lot of inspiring veterans from all service branches, and it was just a really, I don't know, like, changing experience. Last week we went to it was actually this past Sunday, we went to the mounting of colors at Forest Lawn, Hollywood Hills. It was an event to honor our first president, George Washington, in honor of his birthday. There was, I think, 20-30 color guards around. It was insane. It was so fun, and it was just so empowering to see all of these young men and women to go and serve, even not in the military. And then last week we had our military appreciation night for. Here you can see Cadet Staff Sergeant Grace Lady with her grandmother, along with Staff Sergeant Ricky Ruiz. And our other cadets were there waiting to be escorted, which it was just overall heartwarming. It was amazing to see these cadets honor people. I'd like to call up Cadet First Sergeant Keith Dozier, his family, and Miss Bain.
Parents, would you like to come up?
So we're good. Keith Dozier was chosen as our cadet of the semester for the fall semester. He's a senior. He's come a long way. He's an incredible young man. This is his mom and dad. So we're going to ask Ms. Gaines to present the award that he received, the certificate. Go ahead, Ms. Gaines. Oh, read it. That'll be even better. Read it. Go stand over by Ms. Gaines.
I'm very excited to have this honor. Keith is awarded the Science Ribbon, given to cadets who exemplify the motto of the California Cadet Corps through exceptional effort and commitment to the ideals of the Cadet Corps. The award is reserved for cadets whose effort clearly distinguishes them from other cadets. Cadet Dozier has demonstrated outstanding motivation and service as a member and leader of Recondo and drill team, and has brought great credit to himself, the 273rd Battalion, Roseman High Early College Campus, and California Cadet Corps, given on December 13th, 2024, Roseman High School. Congratulations.
I will passing it on to Cadet Sergeant Gavin Birdwell and Cadet First Lieutenant Nathan Sawyer.
Good evening, ma'am. I am First Lieutenant Nathan Songer. I've been in the program for 6 years. Next year will be 7. So what I'm going to be talking about is the CERT training that we've been doing in our Spec Ops class and after school during our condo training. We've been training with CERT for about 4 years now, since Cadet Corps, I guess, been around in the high school. We have been engaging with our CERT program. We have been talking to AV CERT program, and we were going to be deployed to the Palisade fires to go out there, help with the families that lost everything. We were going to be their emotional support, their physical support, and support anybody that we could in any way. We trained with radio communications. We have radios in our classroom. We have been, I guess, training how to use them in the proper ways to communicate with the first responders in a way that they can understand, make it easier on them to understand things. But our main goal of our CERT program is that we want to be prepared for emergencies in our community and in our school especially. With our community, it's a little different because we have to, I guess, group up together and get our gear. But at school, it's a get ready and go type of thing. It's like Minutemen that we have that time.
Good morning, good evening, everybody. I'm Sergeant Birdwell. So, piggybacking on what he said, every week we what's it called train with our Recondo program and our CERT program. We what's it called do mass casualty events just in case there's ever happen to have one. So we practice here with dummies because we don't want to use live bodies yet. But these are stretches of what I mean by live bodies is other cadets. So we don't want to drop them. But so we're trying to teach them for Recondo and CERT because we want to keep our skills sharp. Because we only get certified every 2 years, and there's only 2 trainings per year for new CERT cadets. Right now we're running 3 teams, and some of those teams are losing their certification, so we keep trying to get our numbers up because we're such a new program. And we want to make it so we're actually available for our community and actually have something besides the fire department and the all ambulance in our community. Because AV, they have an AV CERT team. It's just, we want to be part of that too. Because for Rosemont, we don't have that much out here. And we want to be able to do something for our community. And this is the one way we want to. And we do plan on carrying our equipment at all times in the future. But that's when our numbers go up. And it's going to be pretty fun. It's just, we're at limited space. So someday we might get a trailer, hopefully, to get storage and so we could be more prepared for our teams. But that's all I have to say. So thank you, everybody. And I'll be followed by Captain Wallace and Staff Sergeant Dozier.
We recently had a great opportunity, again, because of our amazing support at the district and including transportation. I can't say enough about them. They're so good. Where's Brittany? They're so awesome. So they accommodate us, and thank you all for board members for getting us to these events. Medal of Honor, we met 2 Medal of Honor winners, Specialist 5, the white Birdwell, not related to our Birdwells, but Vietnam veteran, took him until 2022 to get his Medal of Honor because of some negativity towards Vietnam veterans, essentially. That was pretty kind of hard to hear, but amazing man. He grew up working on a farm. We also met this gentleman, Staff Sergeant Romache, and he all right, come on, take on. Okay, Also grew up on a farm, up in a town called Lake California, population 100. He said it was very boring, but you know, he worked hard, so he probably didn't have a lot of time to be bored, hauling hay and all that. He's actually, his story's in the movie The Outpost. And these gentlemen were both like surprised by their Medal of Honor. They were very humble, but what we learned from that was the value of hard work, but also the value of leadership. That what, you know, these cadets are doing, what we're doing every day prepares us for maybe one moment, right, where we're going to respond to some situation and maybe save somebody's life. So now Sergeant Dozier is going to tell you about this amazing photo here. What happened?
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Staff Sergeant Dozier. As you can see in this image, there's a kid saluting us. Why? Because mostly he literally have for respect. I really like this kid because mostly when I met him, I was just smiling. I was just being positive. He was just waving at me back. I was like, I don't know what to do. I just like that. But he came over here, came right next to us, and he started saluting. And I started saluting as well. Every cadet was saluting. Well, some of them, but that's okay. That, for me, into the future, that kid has like some respect. That kid, if he wants to join the military, that's what he wants. But if your family doesn't want to, then I'm not saying anybody else. But the reason why I'm saying this, because even though everyone don't care about the military, but they really care about their family and their friends, and they really care about this country. Even though this history will part for years and years, but in this future, I'll be seeing this day when I get old. I don't want to be old. I don't want to be old, but I want to see every cadet keep going to the events. That's what inspired me. That's what inspired my cadet corps and my cadets. If you can see. Thank you.
Followed by Sergeant Salas and Sergeant Major Dozier. Sorry, Burton. Thank you. Good job. Yeah, you can just leave back there. Also joining us is the Tropical Commander, Lieutenant Ruiz.
Okay. So, the future of Cadet Corps. I'm sorry, I'm very nervous right now. So my first time ever doing something like this. Good afternoon, man. Good afternoon. It is an honor to be here to do a presentation. I'm very nervous. The growth of Cadet Corps, it has went from 5,000 to 7,000 cadets strong. And our platoon, well, brigade, it has went from 300 to 700. And that is very inspiring. And to me, the Cadet Corps is very inspiring. And just to put on this uniform is an inspiration and an honor to all the fallen veterans and the veterans that are serving now. I feel honored to wear this uniform. And just being from Rare Earth, like the school that I go to, it's an honor to still be able to wear this uniform once again, because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to or not. And knowing that I can just brings me joy and makes me happy. And this program has done a lot for me. It has motivated me in ways that I didn't even know possible. And it has shown me my strengths and my weaknesses and what I need to work on. And overall, it's just been a good experience, and it has been very fun, and the cadets are very loving and caring.
Thank you.
And thanks for having me.
Well, good evening, board. Hard to pick up after a story like that. But I'm Command Sergeant Major Aaron Burton, and I will be talking about the future of the California Cadet Corps. and some events we have following. So to start, coming up in March, we have a tour of the Edwards Air Force Base Test Pilot School, which would be very cool and an honor to go there, as it's the Air Force Base next door. And again, coming up, we've had recent news that we're getting a new CTE building for Cadet Corps to help us more efficiently train in marksmanship, medical, like the CERT that we talked about earlier, and just about everything else we do. And also, in April, we have 2 events coming up in April, which is our honor flight, which is where our commandant will be taking
Don Slade.
Don Sladig. We'll be taking Don Sladig on an honor flight to Washington in April. And also coming up, we have the presentation of the flag of Corporal Johnny Tibbins, which is, his flag is right here. We will be presenting it to the family of him. And I think it's such an honor to be able to give that flag to his family because of his service and what he's done. So I will now be followed by Lieutenant Saunders. Thank you.
Yeah, round 2. Good evening, everybody. I'm here for round 2. But I'm talking about something completely different than what everybody else is talking about. I'm talking about something way more special in my heart, especially. Every time, this happens once a week. Oh, I already chose, never mind. I was gonna surprise them. But these wonderful kids, the SDC kids, they come to our class once a week, and we train them on whatever we're doing. We're doing CPR, we're teaching them CPR. We're learning AED stuff, we're teaching them AED stuff. We're learning drill, they're gonna be learning drill right along with us. Every single week they come to our class, and joy just fills up that room. You could just feel the warmth of all of them with their happy smiles, their happy faces, their happy just personalities. You can just see it every day, every time they walk into that classroom. That classroom could be gloomy, it could be dark, it could be sad. But once they come in, it's like utopia when they come in. You just can't feel sad when you guys are around them. Sir, do you mind if we change slides? Thank you, sir. So right here, this is a picture after our battalion formation. We had a battalion formation where we had the commander personally hand out their shirts, and we called up their names, just like for our promotions and awards and stuff like that. We honored them in front of our whole battalion, and we had them formed up also.
They're wearing those shirts tonight.
And they're wearing those shirts tonight. If you guys want to stand up and show off your shirts, everybody. Those are those wonderful shirts that they have received from us that we presented to them. You guys can sit down. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. Sir, do you mind if we go one over?
You want to go to Jeff? You want to talk about that? Yes.
Sir, I can. So, this person right here, I know you guys heard of him because Count Wallace brings him up all the time, and all the cadets bring him up all the time. But we bring him up so much because how much he means to us. He's the reason why we're all, us cadets are here. He motivated our commandant so much that he decided to start this. He decided to continue this, and he still decides to continue this. I don't know about after this year.
Oh yeah.
But it's been a really great honor to put on this uniform every single Wednesday, put on that PT uniform on Wednesdays, come to these events because of him. His name is Lance Corporal Joseph Lopez Pratty. He was in the 3-5 Marines. He died October 14th, 2010, with 25 other Marines in Afghanistan. Sorry, my apologies. in Afghanistan. He was ambushed with other 25 Marines. But what's so special about the 3-5 Marines, which was the unit he was in, their motto is get some. Yeah. What's the first 5?
3-5.
I'm completely blanking. I'm so sorry. The person that's saying it, they're going to yell 3-5, and everybody else is going to echo get some. And we were just sitting in formation, not I guess sitting. We were sitting at attention to formation, not really doing too much. We just got done with the ceremony, and I just decided, I was like, hey, we do this at every single ceremony. It's always the same person that does it. Let's get someone new. I looked right in front of me because I was standing. It was a couple cadets. We were standing right behind the STC kids. I looked at EJ over there, and I said, hey, EJ, you want to say the motto? He said, yeah. We got out in front of that formation, and he yelled louder than every single one of these cadets here. He yelled louder than me, which is kind of surprising. I'll give it to you. You win that one. He's not. Well, this is Dustin, sir. He's not. Thank you, sir. So right here.
Come over here, Coach. Stand by. Stand next to me.
Anthony, can you come up here, please? So right here, this is Janelle Grimes, also known as JT. She was one of our cadets. Sadly, she did pass away. But she was one of our greatest cadets that we've ever had. She gave probably the most motivation out of every single cadet we've had, including our alumni, Kaden Shoney over there. Over here, this is Anthony.
Hi.
This was his best friend. And she means so much to him. She gave him so much motivation. Ain't that right, Anthony?
What?
Right.
I do not appreciate it.
This right here, this is Mr. Grimes. This is her father. So you have to say a few words about it?
As I already told the class, I would like to thank the board for this opportunity. The superintendent, JT really was excited and ecstatic about being a part of the Cadet Corps. And I told him when she came home after she went in, she said, Dad, guess what? And I said, what's that? She said, I'm in Coach Wallace's class. We do the marching, and I was going like, oh, okay, that's good. So we had a celebration party going on in Bakersfield, and she had to wear her uniform. There was something about putting on that uniform, as they have told you, it means something for her. It meant something to wear that uniform. And then when they marched in the parade, she was just in the back, and she was just going on. And I thank the Cadet Corps for the opportunity to have them come out to her funeral. We call it our celebration, but to see the Cadet Corps come down and proceed the processional was strictly awesome. And it was Roseman, and it just, my family was just ecstatic about the fact that they gave that time and that they put forth that effort to lead the processional down for her, and she meant that much. So I want to say thank you. Thank you. I thank you for the Cadet Corps, and I thank you for the school allowing them to be able to be a part of our lives. Thank you. Thank you.
There's two more things I want to talk about real quick. So not only do we want to remember and honor JT Grimes for being in the Cadet Corps, we also want to remember the great legacy of flag honors we're able to show veterans because of her. At this event, there was someone else that sadly tragedy did strike, but they asked cadets to present a flag to her because of her husband. And I did receive that great honor of presenting that flag to Mrs. Schmidt, as a matter of fact. Just want to give her a little quick shout out. Because that was our, I believe, second time doing that.
That was a very special moment. Thank you.
And all of that was because of JT Grimes here. She opened the window for us to excel in other things. This is the last thing I'm going to talk about. No round three this time, I promise. But can I have Elias, Artiga, Manuel Hernandez, Anthony Moore, and Jonathan Barnum up to the podium, please?
You know, I'm standing right in front of the, come in front of the screen.
What Anthony has in his hand right there is a Marine Challenge coin. Today, we are presenting it to Mrs. Luna to show our appreciation and honor her husband, Mr. Luna. So, ma'am, if you would like to come up and receive the challenge coin. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Bruce.
Kristen, I will now be followed by Adele and Hugo. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Cadet Corporal Adele, and I'm accompanied by Cadet Corporal Skusd. And tonight, or this evening, we're going to be talking about how our school earlier today got awarded the Purple Star, or Purple Star, the Purple Star Award for the school, which means that our school is, I'm sorry.
Military support.
We have a high number of our military families that attend the school, and we just wanted to show appreciation and support them and show that we support their families by receiving the Purple Star, and
That's good. Thank you, Chris.
thank you.
Hello, good evening. I am Cadet Corporal Christian Huzar, and I will be finishing off the night with thanking all of you, board members, parents, staff, and cadets. Thank you so much for sparing just a little bit of time to hear out our Cadet Corps. I'm glad you guys were able to hear about the things that we do not only for ourselves, but for each other. Cadet Corps is a big opportunity that a lot of students get, and I'm so glad I'm part of this program, and I'm so happy to be here. So thank you guys so much for your time, and also for me.
Thank you. Well, all I can say is wow. RTA, you follow that up? Oh, that's okay. Well, Bob, we got your flag and he knows what it's for. That's what we just wanted to say.
Oh, okay, well, we can
Tell 'em what it's
gotta
for.
give a little bit because I showed this flag to Captain Wallace. And a challenge to him to his Cadet Corps. And I guess the young man here, you answered that challenge, am I right? Okay, can you give a little bit of history of that flag?
Yes, sir. Good evening, everybody. I'm Cadet Corporal Hines. I'm here to represent California Cadet Corps from TMS. I'll be talking about the flag of the Green Mountain Boys. The use of the flag is a silver and war flag. It contains 13 white stars. The flag of the Green Mountain Boys has also been associated with the Vermont Republic. A remnant of a Green Mountain Boys flag originally belonged to John Stark.
is owned by the Bennington Museum. It still exists as one of the few Remington flags from the American Revolution. Although Stark was at the Battle of Bennington and likely flew this flag, the battle has become more commonly associated with the Bennington flag, which is believed to be the 19th century banner.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, everybody.
Okay, RPA.
All right. No. So we met, so far once RTA to, go over stuff for our negotiations. We'll be meeting again this Friday to hopefully finish up, items for the, sunrise for our negotiations. And then hopefully by next week, we'll have everything to, I'm not sure I'm doing this. To get on the board agenda, so then we can start finally sitting down and, the James can finally stop buying us lunch. She said we're supposed to alternate it, but I don't know. But no, everything else is going well. We just came to the meeting along with other, members of our TA. Getting pretty good communication, pretty good answers. This game seems to be lasting a lot, right? So that's good. They crying, but no. But no, it's been going well. Everything else is, we're just starting teachers and starting to get ready now for, the, practice, state exams, passes, and stuff like that. Interim exams, stuff like that. So, we're on pace and, can't wait to, finally sit and get this whole contract taken care of. Not in a bad way. But that's all we got.
Okay. CSEA. First and foremost, Cadet Corps, every time you guys do a presentation, I'm blown away. Like what you guys do, not just learning these skills and, you know, not just what you're doing for your fellow students, but what you're doing for our community, like the slating, the grinds, and Red Schmidt here. It's just amazing. And you guys are just becoming the exact type of people in our community that we need more. So please keep it up. You're all amazing. This program is amazing. And like I said, just blown away. You guys are awesome. Yeah. So I love seeing everything that you guys are doing. So hopefully we'll have some more, you know, presentations too in the future. CSEA side of things, you know, all the discussions I have with the district are going really well. Negotiations, we got our first meeting set. So it's about a month away, but we'll start talking about that contract and getting things, you know, going on that. But aside from that, thank you all for being here tonight. Always love seeing this boardroom full. So keep coming back.
Thank you. Student board member.
Everybody. First, I'd like to congratulate the Cadet Corps for all of the stories and the events. And now it's time for my report on what the school sites are doing. So I'm going to say for this first, I'll start with now.
Thank you.
So congratulations to West Park UK for the national parade. Next, West Park would also like to announce that their PTA is hosting a book fair from February 24th to the 28th. They are looking for volunteers to help make this event successful. And West Park knows that if anybody is interested in supporting, so please contact the office, and they would love to have you there. So And also regarding clubs, West Park is excited to announce that their Lego club is up and running. West Park knows that it's having a great time and they're being able to be all the creative and innovative things that they're doing with this Lego. And now, additionally, right, West Park is currently hosting the Paralympic Holiday Education, the social emotional awareness series every Tuesday at 6 p.m. And West Park encourages parents to join them for these valuable sessions focused on supporting students' well-being and success. And then lastly, regarding West Park Elementary, they would like to know that their administrators are continuing to participate in the community start-based and learning program, which provides hands-on study experience that engages and inspires students. And also, Mr. Holmes and Ms. Anthony had the opportunity to attend one of these events. I know it was an incredible experience for them, and they're thrilled that the fifth graders have the opportunity for this community service event to learn STEM in a community. That's all for this first. And now the roadmap. So for Rosemont Elementary, first on February 4th, the third and fourth grade Shiva trip was to the Discovery Trip, so they went there. And then tomorrow on the February 20th, the rest of the Rosemont Elementary second quarter awards will be complete. Also on February 20th, Rosemont will have the drama club, digital music, and the academy, which will take place every Tuesday and Thursday fall. And then furthermore, the Rosemont Elementary's parents Institute of Quality Education will start the first session. Well, we're going to start this tomorrow and every following 2 days. And then this Friday on February 21st, Rosemont will start the first session of Little Club, which will be on every following Friday after that. Now, for this Saturday, on the 22nd of February, the Rosemont Elementary Club Scouts will have their blue and gold banquet, so that's on very. I'm happy with it. And then next Monday, on February 24th, there will be 2 trips. The first trip will be a food trip to the Sacramento Mission, which half of Rosemont's fourth grade class will attend to, and the second food trip will be to the California Science Center, which will be a 5th grade achievement trip. And then the other half of the 4th graders will go to the food trip to the Sacramento Mission next Tuesday, February 25th. And then, and now next Friday, February 28th, will be Rosemont Festival celebration for the month of February. And also, the last thing about this Rosemont is that they will have an oral language festival at West Park Elementary from 8:15 to 9:45 in Citrus City. And not for Tropical. To start off, Tropical Superintendent and Principal Honorable recognitions were celebrated today with 294 recipients. The next Tropical Night in Paris dance this Friday is set to begin at 6 p.m. They've been talking about it a lot, so hopefully it's good for them. This past Saturday, very successful student trip to the NB2 was held, so I hope you had fun there. And then Tropical also announced that if you like reading, I will attend it and strong group of parents. Then also like Tropical avid students will attend the avid student celebration throughout the region to 6 labs. Then also, lastly regarding Tropical, today the 8th grade STEM avid students took food trips to RHS to visit CTE programs, and a few of my friends actually chaperoned them. Got to introduce them to the CTE programs. And now for Rosemont High. First, I'd like to say that the girls made the semifinals basketball team, and if they win, they get a chance to go to win the finals and repeat another CIF victory because they won CIF finals last year, so they have a chance to repeat. And then also, the basketball team is currently playing in the quarterfinals, so yeah, they're currently playing at RHS quarterfinals. So hopefully that
Doing score updates?
They lost, and 60 to 53.
Oh,
Oh, it's halftime? Oh, no, it's fine. I'm getting the updates.
Is it that?
It's 60 to 53. They lost the foul. Yeah, but hopefully the girls, that's what's in. And also, photography lost last Friday, that's Friday. I didn't go here, but it's alright. We got the boys lost. Yeah, on Valentine's Day. My last time wearing the 100. But now, this Friday, just lighting up the mood with the dance drama having the variety show, which student directed, and this is a one-time event. It's set to be held at 7 p.m. and the tickets are $5. And then also, Cadet Corps noticed that RHS has been designated as a Purple Star School, which just means that they demonstrate military-friendly practices and commitment to military students and families. So it's a great honor that RHS would have Purple Star School. And then also, on February 13th, last Thursday, there was the first semester awards, right? And despite the heavy rainfall, a lot of people showed up, so it shows that people really care about these award ceremonies. And then just lastly, this past Saturday, it was the shooting trip to the Griffin Observatory, right? From 8:30 to 3 o'clock. Now we have our updates from Fallon, right? Then first, Fallon would like to announce that the Parent Community Center is open Monday through Friday from 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and closed for lunch from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. And she notes that there are multiple resources available and new people being added all the time. And then next Wednesday on February 26th, the next financial literacy class, hosted by Schools First, is personal thought awareness. The English class will be from 5 to 6 p.m., while the Spanish class will be held from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. And if you aren't available to attend this class in person, the Zoom option is available.
What did you get?
It's on February 26th, from 5 to 6 p.m. English and 6:30 to 7:30 for Spanish. And now a few weeks from now, on Tuesday, March 11th, from 5:30 to 7 p.m., the next Caregiver Education Series class will take place. It will embody the 4 S's, empowering students with self-esteem, self-advocacy, self-respect, and self-awareness. And then lastly, I would note that all parent community classes are open to the entire community, with child care and financial preparation available. And now lastly, we have a few updates from Norman Lee. Norman would first like to note that he is assisting registering students for the Student Success Conference at Anthem Valley College, ABC. And then furthermore, the students who attended a tour of ABC and information programs financial way, and there will be priority registrations for the upcoming fall semester. And then also that these students are eligible for ABC Foundation scholarships. And also regarding scholarships, Norman would like to just keep drilling in and keep telling seniors to check his scholarship page, because scholarship is constantly being posted. And then many of these scholarships are only open to RHS students, so that increases the likelihood of winning a certain scholarship. And then for more information, you can just contact him and scan QR code, so you keep having a chance of winning some free money. Right? Then also, in this spring semester, there has been 160 RHS students taking college classes. So it's great to see what Norman has done in his work, just getting the amount of high school students already taking college classes and getting the college credit, getting college ready. And then lastly, Norman would like to note that she would like to give thanks to the, and I'll also give thanks to the MEC grant for the reimbursement of almost $3,000 in college applications. And it's not too late to apply to, which, thankfully, which I use like Yappy, so I got like three college applications.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you heard back yet?
I just heard back from Merced, but my dream school is Berkeley, so.
What Merced say?
Yeah.
Holding out the Berkeley.
Thank you. CBO report. Mr. Irving.
Alright, thank you, everybody for making that work. That was good to see what, I spend my time doing, the finance and budget side of things, to be like, okay, this money's going out and, you guys enjoy what you're doing and it's, a positive impact for you and, it makes it at least worthwhile for me. So, it's good to see. It's been a busy couple of weeks, working on second midterms. So, hopefully the next, board meeting will have a wonderful presentation for you guys to, see what the state of everything is as we roll forward. On the construction front, it looks like things are getting closer to being done with the cafeteria. Fingers crossed, in the next, I'm gonna say 8 weeks, fingers crossed, knocking on wood. I'm guessing this is real wood in here somewhere. Should have some sort of opening. I have probably jinxed it by saying it, but whatever. Progress is being made. RES, there's been progress being made. West Park, we have a bid opening tomorrow for the classrooms over there. As it's been the norm for the last few years, a lot of construction is still happening. I want to say thanks to Gary, and I don't think Chris is here tonight, but Gary and Chris for meeting after the last board meeting to talk about the job description that was tabled that board meeting. And
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent of Instruction and Curriculum, Dr. Mendez.
Good evening, everyone that joins us in person and online. I want to share out some items. Last week we had Liz Kinney from Avid, she's their implementation strategist, come by to visit 2 school sites, West Park Elementary School and Logan Elementary School. We had a chance to see all the great things that are happening at both the school sites. Next we'll visit secondary and future, but we have visited schools in the past and just following up to kind of see some of the highlights and needs in terms of professional development, training, coaching, and so forth. So, Ms. Kinney did stop by, accompanied her to the 2 elementary sites last week. The Thinking Maps training this Saturday, this past Saturday, we had Thinking Maps training. We had teachers that participated in Thinking Maps, and Fisher was a facilitator. Thank you to all the team in terms of setting up as well, and Barry for his support there, and the tech support, as well as the DeSoto staff in Raleigh, and Skusd there. We look forward to ongoing Thinking Maps training. We have another Thinking Maps training on March 1st, and then March 5th. Thinking Maps, we had a teacher director development package. We have the community focusing so that it continues to not just for us online. And then we have the meeting with the updates and the training is serious. the team members that are participating in that is offering these tools from Commission. So the team first is going to be the next training, and we have to bring the Dr. Lexer. So that concludes our report. From Human Services.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, and we wanted to congratulate also Cadet Corps on their presentations and everything that they're doing.
Thank you. This is Superintendent of Special Education and People Personnel, Cheryl Taylor.
Hello, everybody. I also want to say congratulations and thank you to the cadets for what you do. Clearly a lot of hard work is involved. In our department currently we have 2 psychologists who are attending AAC training to further their certifications, and that gives them more access to communication devices for our nonverbal students. We also have 2 school psychologists at the National Association for School Psychology Conference. I got a message from them today. They're in Seattle, Washington. They are loving their conference. They said they're learning a lot and getting all of the updates on what new things will be expected for next school year. I had a mental health meeting today with my leadership team to plan the activities for Hope Week, which will be coming up in March. We've come up with a lot of great activities. The students from every campus put in their requests, so we kind of made a combination of all of those activities for every site. They will also be handing out all kinds of social emotional learning items and mental health brochures and information to try to further promote a positive school environment. In the Parent Center, we had a training last week called Find Your Place, and it was all about different district programs that are on each campus. Some of the feedback we got was that parents were very appreciative because they didn't know a lot of those programs existed. So, and they request that we do more of that. And lastly, we just got notification from our last Medi-Cal report that we submitted, and we'll be receiving an additional $150,000. That's it for my department.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Ms. Hargis.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you to the Cadet Corps. You always do such a great job, and you do such a great job of representing yourselves, representing the school district, and representing Roseland in all that you do. You all are so well spoken, and so keep doing a great job of what you're doing. In HR, we are our calendar committee next day, and we were able to come to a consensus on our 25-26 school calendar. So thank you to everybody that was on our committee. We had some representatives from CSEA, our team. We had a couple of board members, Mr. Vincelet and Mrs. Brennan, and then we had a couple of administrative representatives as well. And so just along with looking at the calendars, I also asked them a good job of going and counting. We have to have a certain number of days per school year. We have a certain number of minimum days. So, I look at it and change it and add, and so it's always great to have a bunch of additional eyes that look at it so that when we bring it March 5th, it'll be, a finally complete currently, we're looking at numbers for the 25-26 school year and master schedules to see where you might have differences. So as soon as we establish our vacancies, then we'll begin to post any openings that we might have. Summer school is approaching, and there are lots of staff interest in this position. So school sites will be registered for those classes and really set to go. We're also heading to our season of celebrations, what I like to call it. We'll be celebrating celebrating our Teachers of the Year on the board meeting on March 19th. Our classified of the year will be, the due dates were a little bit different. So we'll be celebrating them in April. From there, we'll move into our, our number of years, our number of service years, our pins in May, and we will also be celebrating our retirees. So lots to look forward to in the coming months.
Thank you. Superintendent's report. Ms. King.
Thank you. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome. It is great. I love it when the boardroom is full. I agree with you, Gary. It's a beautiful sight. And good evening to all of our parents joining us from home. Cadet Corps. I don't know what to say. Every time that you guys present or anytime I just have the opportunity to be with you, it really brings back a lot of memories to me. And I'm going to try not to cry because my father was U.S. Navy and my father fought in World War II and my grandfather was U.S. Air Force. So, and all of my uncles served. So I really admire the young men and women that you are all becoming. But better yet, I love how well you represent Southern Kern Unified School District. I just came back from DC where I was there for 5 days. I wish I could have taken every single one of you. It was very interesting. Let me just say that. I'll stop there. But Captain Wallace, I just want to say thank you so much for inviting me to the beautiful presentation you did in honoring our men and women who've served or had family members that lost their lives in battle, and also our first responders. What a perfect time to say thank you and acknowledge them, because we know how hard the work they've been doing in the past 90 days has been across the state, just even here in California. So thank you for doing that, Captain Wallace. And I want to say to Staff Sergeant Dozier, I think he left.
They had to leave.
They had to leave, but I want to just congratulate him on a wonderful honor again. It's really exciting. And I have to say that you guys kind of blew the lid off my big secret tonight, but oh well, far be it for me to I'm so excited. I just became aware today by the California Department of Education, and it's supposed to be, they didn't tell me to keep it hush, so I'm not really, but they didn't say that we could actually come out with it because we're supposed to be waiting on a press release. But we applied for, no, nobody's involved here. It's great. We applied early in the fall, and let me give a shout out to Mark Notterman right now before I forget. Mark Notterman and I sat down with the representative from Edwards who came and said, we truly believe that Southern Kern School District could be awarded the Purple Star. And at first I was like, what is the Purple Star and what do we have to have in place to qualify us? And as she started talking about the qualifications, it became more and more clear to me and Mr. Notterman that, hey, we just might really have a good chance at this because we are focusing on the whole child and making sure the social emotional needs of our children and meeting them where they are academically. And we have, we've done many events like the Vietnam Memorial Wall and all the great things that the Cadet Corps does and has done for the past so many years, and the great things our community, parent community center is doing for families. And the more she talked about it, I was like, Mark and I were looking at each other, and Mark said, I'm going to start working on this. And sure enough, he did. And today we received notice that California Department of Education has selected, we applied for 3 schools this year, the first year, and they have selected all 3 of our schools as Purple Star schools. Yes. Roseman High Early College Campus, Tropico Middle School, and West Park Elementary. And so what that means to a military family moving into the community or the area is when they see the Purple Star, it automatically tells that family that this is a school district who is ready, who is prepared, and who understands the plight of the military child. Maybe they've been in elementary school in 5 or 6 different schools because of dad having or mom having to move from one base to another. So we're very honored, and I don't know when the press release is coming out, but just don't. I'll just deny. Am I on film, Dan? Yeah, Marta. Okay, no chance of that. I don't know what they'll do to me, but anyway, that's a great, yeah, Roseman News is listening in. But anyway, yeah. So, and Captain Wallace, one more thing I want to say, I got that underlying message about that trailer. I don't know if anybody else did out here, but I kind of felt that trailer like, yes, and you're absolutely right. The new CTE building is going to have space, or a couple, for the Cadet Corps. So yeah, that's being designed as we speak. So we certainly have not got our Cadet Corps, nor will we. So I think that's it for me, except for the attendance awards.
Okay.
Would you like me to do them now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Best attendance elementary, 93.09% with an increase of 1.36%. Dun, 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 dun. West Park. And let's see. Best attendance secondary. This is the one that always, I don't know what to say here. This one always is challenging and fun. With an increase of 1.41% in the month of January. This is for January, okay? The award goes to Tropico. Sorry, Mr. Bean. We will have to work a little harder. A little harder, Mr. Bean. All right. Most improved for the month of January with an improvement percentage of 2.30%, which is in attendance, that's significant. I want to give a shout out to Rare Earth.
All right.
Board members. You guys are amazing. When we first thought about bringing the Cadet Corps in after we lost our ROTC program with the base, I was kind of skeptical. But you guys proved that this was actually the way to go. So, thank you. And thank you for the entire community, a lot of stuff that you guys do. So, just wanted to throw that out there before everybody else got a chance. I want to congratulate all our athletic teams that have made playoffs, even the ones that lost. And teachers and all our staff, thank you for everything you do every day. Bob, you're up.
No, thanks. Yeah, congratulations to Cadet Corps. I've said before, I have a former ROTC teacher here, wanted to know when we're bringing it back. We said never. I said, we've got the best going here. There is one item that nobody has mentioned, but I'm going to mention the Cadet Corps. Every year at Powder Puff, I get at least 4 volunteers. And I see one over there that's grinning because he becomes, you got a lot of compliments from your, from the head linesman position, from your mentor over there, Terry. Okay, and I get to work with him. I hope you're back this year because we're gonna need you one way or the other, but that is another item though. One question for the cadet who did the study, where is that flag being flown today? Do you know?
Yeah, the leaves are.
I'm riding, so this
Oh,
is
dear.
I had it.
It's, the Green Mountain Boys are still available. They are the Air National Guard in Vermont. It's flown over the Burlington where everybody wants to go. But it's a little history lesson for everybody. I like to give history lessons to you because that's where you'll learn a lot from history. When you go into basic training, that they will give you some history lessons, believe me. So, again, our sports teams are doing well. The girls playing tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. So if you want to get there, be there and watch. They're awesome. The boys, I've seen them play. They played real hard. I'm sorry that they did lose tonight, but believe me, they deserve their wins that they've gotten because it's been a tough year for them. Soccer, everybody works hard. So keep it up. Cadet Corps, you're always going to be first in my mind. That's all I have.
Same.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Cadet Corps was amazing. I want to thank Captain Wallace for getting all of your members out here to speak in public because public speaking it can be awkward. It's a skill. Like, keep going, guys. Like, you guys are doing great. I see you over there. I wanted to mention something to our student board member. I saw advertisements for positions in our district online. So did I. Yeah, so I think they're listening to you. So I just wanted to mention that. I helped out at the West Park Dance today. Like, I don't feel like it just was. The party started and everybody was like, we're here, let's go. They like rushed in, the kids are having a good time, like buying snacks and drinks and stuff. And I just love the events for the community. And the kids get together and have a good time, drink some soda, eat some chips, and a lot of sugar was had. A lot of sugar was had. But it was really fun. So like Adrian mentioned before, the West Park PTA, I'm sure Roseman Elementary PTA too is always looking for volunteers. So volunteer, get involved, get approved, and come and work for free. Yeah? That's what volunteering is, right? Anyway, sorry. Okay, so one last thing. Spring is in the air, guys. The ground is soft. Right now, if you want to dig a tree, dig some holes, pull up your weeds, plant some seeds. Do it. Okay? Plant something. All right, I'll leave you guys alone. Thank you guys all for being here. And Adrian, there you go. Here's my.
Thank you. Thank you all for joining us. I see a lot of you left, which is good for me because I get a little claustrophobic when there's too many people. I did appreciate the presentations. It does take a lot of courage to get up there and speak in front of people, especially when you're not comfortable with doing so. Like myself. Captain Wallace, I also commend you for everything that you do. You do go above and beyond.
I want to make sure to point out Lieutenant Galvin has also his
Yes, I saw you taking pictures and videos, so.
And Lieutenant Taylor, and Sergeant.
Yes,
Team
it's a
effort.
team effort. So thank you all. I think, what you guys do, it's not something that you're not voluntold to do. You choose to do it, and so that's a big deal because a lot of people don't choose to do that. They would rather do something else. So pat yourselves on the back for that. I could see you going far. If military is your choice, which I strongly support, that's the way to go. College isn't bad either, but the military gives you a lot of experience. So, Mr. Irving, don't minimize the job that you do because you do a lot for this district. And thank you all for your information this evening. I do appreciate it. And we're bringing your, all of your information. I have to look over it because it's a lot. I do appreciate it. And if you want to wear your jersey one more time, wear it. It's okay. That's it.
Cadet Corps, really enjoyed the presentation. Thank you for coming. I know you guys have to go. The presentation that they did on February 7th was amazing over the high school. Bob's little sound system that he helped develop over there was pretty impressive. Everyone was able to hear clear and look forward to a new system over at Tropico for our promotion ceremony. Hopefully it'll be done by then. And then just a small little update. I really enjoyed being on board. Look forward to all the growth and stuff that we have to work for our schools and kids, especially the children in our community here, especially with the growth that we have coming. A lot more new homes are coming. Looking forward to the bond that we'll be able to push through pretty soon on the funds that we'll be getting for new CTE building. Really looking forward to that. And then the new campus that we'll have to do for our elementary. That's it.
Thank you. Subcommittee, anybody have any updates on anything?
Leanne gave us ours for the calendar. Said Leanne gave us ours for the calendar.
On the building side, like Robert said, the cafeteria is almost complete. It's real close. They were working on the outdoor seating area just last week and got a bunch of tables up. We've got Rosewood Elementary that's in progress. The old section, which will be hopefully get robotics and stuff like that in there for the younger kids, as long as we don't need them for something else. We got the buildings that are supposed to be coming in at West Park. We got there, and then we have locker rooms and weight room that will be that's in DSA planning already. Waiting for the okay to start breaking ground. And a dance studio that goes with it. And dance studio, weight room, new locker rooms, all that will be all going on at the same time.
The new locker room could be finished by September of 25.
That's the hope. Last time we said that we're moving that quick, the state works very slow.
This is a powder DSA.
It still works very slow.
Yes.
I mean, we been working on the classrooms over at West Park for the last 2.5 years. Because it keeps having to go to DSA, and the Department of Architecture. So, I think that's about it. Everything else is in planning. Comments from the public? Do we have any?
None.
Consent items A through N. Does anyone have any questions on anything?
I'll move that we accept all consent items.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Lynn, seconded by Wright. Adrian, you got any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Annual update of the LCAP mid-year report, Mr. Webster.
Yes.
It's your wishes.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Okay, I'm Dan Wexler. I'm going to present the LCAP mid-year report. So the LCAP consists of goals, actions, and metrics. Metrics are things that we use to measure our progress on our actions and our goals. Some of our metrics are in progress. Some of them we haven't started yet, and some of them we've completed. Certain things like suspension rate, we can give you up-to-date information. Chronic absenteeism, we can give you up-to-date information. But things like CASP scores, we have to use last year's data. So we'll indicate where we got the data from. Okay, same thing with our actions, which we're looking at expenditures and implementations. The LCAP has roughly 60 actions. So we chose the most important ones, the big ticket items to look at, and we'll be focusing on our expenditures, how much of the budget did we spend, and implementation, how well did we implement those actions. Okay, goal 1, academic achievement. The district will increase academic achievement for all students. Let's look at our metrics. So we've got our metrics, then our baseline is our starting point, previous data that we're gonna compare our current data to, and then we have our mid-year update. So first we have standards aligned instructional materials for every student. Mid-year update, we have 100% of our students have access to standards aligned materials. Then our metric is school facilities in good repair, and our mid-year update, all school facilities are in good repair. Then we look at student performance on statewide assessments in ELA. Our baseline was from 2023, for our all students group, we were 70.6 points below. Last year, looking at last year's data, on the 2024 California School Dashboard, we were 58.7 points below standard, which was an improvement of nearly 12 points, so that's very good. Student performance on statewide assessment in math, statewide assessment, obviously that's our CASP scores. Our baseline is 107.8 points below standard. And last year on our California School Dashboard for 2024, we were 100.6 points below standard, an improvement of 7.2 points. Again, a solid improvement. Percent of pupils who participate and demonstrate college preparedness on EAP. EAP is just for 11th graders on the CASP. It's the students who scored a 3 or a 4 standard met or standard exceeded on the math or the ELA. Last year on the 23-24 CASP, 40 level 3 or 4, that's outstanding. And on math, 16.6% of our students scored level 3 or 4. Next, we have percent of students who are dually enrolled in college classes will increase by 2% annually. For the first semester of 24-25, there were 101 high school students who took at least one college class, 10% of the student body. Okay, now let's look at our actions for goal 1. We start with professional learning communities. We have a budget of $382,000. Our expenditures is $510,000 as of February 10th. We have a contract with Solution Tree. We have ongoing training with Solution Tree, and we pay teachers for 2 hours a week of extra duty pay if they have their own PLCs before or after school. We have supplemental digital curriculum, which is the digital curriculum that goes with the printed curriculum for our core subjects. We have a $653,000 budget, and we only spent $165,000. We purchased less curriculum than we thought we would purchase. All school sites are using digital curriculum for teaching and learning. That's fully implemented. Next is our reading intervention program. We have a budget of $416,000. We only spent $71,000. TK uses Success for All. TK through first grade uses Success for All. Second through fifth grade uses iReady, and 6th through 12th use Read 180 for our reading intervention program. Next is our CTE program. We have a $1,349,000 budget, expenditures of $584,000. We have 12 pathways in place that have concentrator and capstone courses. The DAC, the District Advisory Committee or Council, recommends adding an early childhood pathway, and we're adding pathways for next year. Our after school programs, we have a $991,000 budget. We spent $233,000. ACES offers academic support along with a series of enrichment activities. We've hired 6 additional ACES instructors. We need more ACES instructors, and the position is continuously flown on EdJoin. Next is our dual enrollment college classes. We have a budget of $58,000. We've spent $27,000. We have 101 students took a college class during the first semester. That's fully implemented. And finally, our one-to-one devices. We have a $796,000 budget. We spent $999,000. We've refreshed almost all of our Chromebooks within the past 2 years. So we'll only need to replace broken or stolen or not returned Chromebooks for next year. So we're anticipating about 100 to 200 Chromebooks to purchase for next year. And every student in the district has their own personal learning device. Kindergarten, TK through first grade, every student has an iPad. Grades 2 and 3, every student has a Chromebook that they leave in school. And grades 4 through 12, every student has a Chromebook that they take home with them. And every school has an information systems technician. Goal 2, promote a healthy school environment. We'll develop a healthy school climate that supports the social, emotional, and physical needs of all students. Let's look at our metrics. Our chronic absenteeism rate. We have current data as of February 11th, 2025. All students, 25% of the all students group was chronically absent. That's an improvement of 3% from last year. EL students is 27%, an improvement of 4%. Foster youth is 18%, an improvement of 11%. And socioeconomically disadvantaged is 27%, an improvement of 2%. So we see improvement across the board in chronic absenteeism. That's going to bode well for our dashboard. High school graduation rate. Obviously, we don't have that from this year. We're looking at last year's data. In 2023, on the dashboard, we had an 84.1% graduation rate. In the 2024 dashboard, we had a 90.5% graduation rate, an increase of 6.5%. And we were in blue, which is the best performance category on the dashboard. Suspension rate. We have current data. As of February 7th, we have only 2.9% of all students suspended at least once, and 4.7% of students with disabilities suspended at least once. 2.9% is much, much lower than 9.2%. That's going to bode well for our dashboard, and I think it speaks to our alternative to suspension program. Okay, LCAP Goal 2 actions. We have mental health services, $1,384,000 budget, $679,000 in expenditures. We have 5 psychologists, 1 SEL, social emotional learning specialist, 3 therapists, and 2 board certified behavior analysts. Additional nurses, a budget of $342,000, expenditures of $188,000. We have a licensed vocational nurse, LVN, on every campus. We have 1 RN who supports each school site. Extracurricular activities, $461,000 budget, $249,000 in expenditures. Ongoing extracurricular activities at the middle and upper levels, including music, sports, robotics, mathletes, and a variety of clubs. Okay, big ticket items. Transportation, $2,282,000 budget. We spent $1,474,000. We bought 2 buses. We've added a driver. We're proposing to buy 2 full-size electric buses and 2 small electric buses. Assistant principals, $1,143,000 budget, $438,000 in expenditures. The assistant principals support the PLCs. They do classroom observations and walkthroughs. They support student discipline. We have an additional AP position at the high school that's been filled, and we've flown the position of AP at TMS. More LCAP Goal 2 actions. Elementary physical education, $455,000 budget, $268,000 in expenditures. RES and West Park each have a PE teacher and 2 PE para educators. Music and band, $265,000 budget, $120,000 in expenditures. Funds purchase new instruments, new music, and a music band teacher at the middle school and the high school. New NPR for the high school, $2,807,000 budget, expenditures of $3,596,000, and that's on schedule to be finished in May. New locker rooms, $2.5 million budget, about half that in expenditures as of January 22nd, 2024. The blueprints / design is done. We're awaiting DSA approval. The new locker rooms will be south of the new cafeteria. Construction is expected to start summer 25. Expect project to cost over $3 million. Locker rooms expected to be turned over to the district in October of 2025. Weight room, $1.5 million. We've spent $195,000. Once the new locker rooms are constructed, we'll begin construction on weight room dance studio. Blueprints are almost finished. Goal 3, engage families and community in effective educational partnerships. Metric, the district seeks parent input in decision-making for district and school sites. We're holding monthly district advisory council meetings. School sites are holding monthly school site council meetings. And the district promotes participation of parents of students with disabilities. 100% of parents of students with disabilities receive IEP quarterly goal progress reports with each report card. 100% of parents of exceptional needs students have a signed IEP. Actions for Goal 3. Communication with school community. We have a $57,000 budget and $2,000 in expenditures. We have a new community center. We transitioned to Parent Square, which is widely used by admin and faculty. All communications are in the home language. As of January 31st of this year, there have been 2,339 posts and 8,071 direct messages sent through Parent Square. We also post to the website and Facebook. Family events, $20,000 budget, $12,000 in expenditures. We held back to school night, parent conferences, AVID events, music concerts, and art shows. And finally, Goal 3 actions, supplies for students and families, $117,000 budget, $80,000 in expenditures. We distributed backpacks at the beginning of the year, and we gave the teachers $350 to spend for their classrooms. Okay, our last goal. This is our equity multiplier goal. Abraham Lincoln and Rare Earth are equity multiplier sites. So the reason for that is they have a non-stability rate of 25%, meaning 25% or more of the students transition in or out of the school each year. That's called a non-stability rate. And socioeconomically disadvantaged pupil rates are greater than 70%, which is, like 73% district-wide, I think. The district will provide additional academic and social emotional support to the ALIS and Rare Earth students. So I just put a couple metrics. Suspension rate at Rare Earth on the baseline is the 23 dashboard, 15% of Rare Earth students suspended at least once. As of February 7th of this year, the suspension rate at Rare Earth is 10.3%. And Abe Lincoln performance on statewide assessment, the CASP and ELA, the baseline is 139 points below standard. Last year for ALIS, they were only 68 points below standard. That's a dramatic improvement. And then finally, the actions for Goal 4, we have a mental health therapist who supports alternative education. We have a $150,000 budget and $93,000 in expenditures. The mental health therapist is primarily available to students at Rare Earth and Abraham Lincoln, with services primarily provided to those who have 504 plans or IEPs that include counseling as a required support. And we have a tutor, $65,000 budget, $24,000 in expenditures. Currently, the tutor is a 6-hour employee based at Abraham Lincoln Independent Study. And finally, to conclude, to wrap it up, we have both opportunities and challenges this year. We're proud of the following. We've built a new NPR at the high school, or we're building a new NPR at the high school. We have across the board improvements in our CASP scores, which are reflected in our metrics on the dashboard. We have 12 CTE pathways in place that have concentrator and capstone courses. Every student in the district has their own digital learning device. We have a 90.5 graduation rate from last year. And as of February 7th of this year, only 2.9% of our students have been suspended. That's a significant decrease, which is good. Our district is still working through some challenges, such as we scored in the red performance level on the 24 dashboard for English learner progress. Only 34.1% of EL students made progress last year, a decline of nearly 10%. The district is committed to implementing the LCAP to provide the necessary services to our students. We acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our employees, the support of our parents, and our students who continue to reach for excellence. That concludes my report. Are there any questions?
Approved memorandum of understanding and agreement by and between California School Employees Association, CSEA, and its Rosamond Chapter 587, and the Rosamond, the Southern Current Unified School District concerning the new job description for the technology coordinator.
Okay, what is this technology coordinator actually doing?
Mr. Irving.
This is the position I requested you guys table last board meeting. This position, as you know, construction has continued and gone on and on and on. Is needed in terms of working largely with the low voltage aspect of the construction and ensuring that it's a constant sticking point of where change orders seem to happen the most. It ties into, okay, where here's a low voltage pickup, here's another one, from one project into the next. It's been one of the sticking points. So, in working with CSEA, put together a MOU to we'll put together a job description and then an MOU that created the position and will phase out the systems administrator. So as those positions or those folks in that position go away, that position will eventually phase out and the technology coordinator position will stay.
Okay. Yeah, I know we've had a lot of issues with the low voltage side of the construction because it's like, well, we're not gonna get nobody to talk to them. Yeah. Now we have to put all this extra stuff in and nobody planned for it.
And looking forward with the measure eight dollars and everything else. The 20,000 square foot building at the high school and potential of a brand new elementary school. There's potential for a lot of change orders that will add up and be very expensive very quickly without, possibility of state funding to, assist with the construction part.
I think this is a good deal. We need somebody in that position.
Yeah, you're right on that because when you're having and you're now injecting more newer technologies into things, there's not just that part, but you also got power requirements. And I know this for a fact because when I used to work in design, I would walk those facilities every week, at least 3 times, and you would catch things that you normally don't, and especially in the design phase. You'd be surprised what you look at the design and you go, oh, that looks okay, and then you go walk and, oh, wait a minute, this is not gonna work. So yes, we do definitely need to have a coordinator.
Okay, can I get a motion?
No motion.
Second.
That's what. Right, second. Student. Any questions? Got a yes? Yeah. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, nays? CSBA Delegate Assembly election. What?
Sub-region.
Oh, sub-region 12B. I guess there's a vacancy. The ballot must be signed by superintendent or curl to the board and returned to the postmark envelope no later than Monday, March 17th, 2025. The delegates will serve a 2-year term beginning on April 1st, 2025 through March 31st, 2027. We got 2 people that, one is from McFarland, Jim Beltran, and Leah Ann Cook from Rosedale Unified. Does anybody on this board want to go and be a delegate?
I can nominate you if you
No. There's a lot of trips to Sacramento. I do not think I'm ready for that right now.
But Bob, really?
No.
Oh, no. I wish I had the time.
Okay, does anybody want to vote on a delegate on here?
May I make a suggestion,
Yes,
Mr. President? Since they need 4 and they only have 2, I suggest that we vote for both of the 2 that are there. They still have a need of 2 more. And since I don't believe it, I didn't really hear any of our board jumping for to be yet another 1 or 2. I suggest we cast our vote, or your vote rather, for Mr. Beltran from McFarland and Leanne Cook from Rosedale. So at least they're closer to having 2.
Right, I will make a motion to do that.
And I'll second it.
It's good, Romeo. What do you think?
Yeah, we need to fill in the something new.
Do you want to go through? You want to sign you up?
I don't think he can.
I know.
I don't think he's gonna have the time.
And you know, the delegates actually will be voting on new legislation, new laws. Also, they review all our board policies and change any policies that things look like we can change. Like you got a lot of work. A lot of work inside. A lot of time.
He shot to go to Berkeley, sir. Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Second review and reading only of the 2024-2025 comprehensive school business plan. Mr. Irving.
Alrighty, so last board meeting, we did the first reading of the safety plan. Following the meeting, each of the sites received feedback from myself, Mrs. Gaines, board members of things that you need to update, things that are missing, things that need to be updated, so they resubmitted, they made some changes, so we brought it back for another reading, a couple hundred pages, so basically, some light afternoon reading. For the school sites, they need to have their plans adopted and approved at the site level by March 1st. They don't need to be approved by the board yet by that deadline, but they do need to be approved by the site. So any more feedback that they can get before that March 1st deadline, much appreciated. I believe we did a lot of the cleanup with the first reading, but there may be some far spiritual one reading, may not be enough to catch everything, but maybe.
Approve retirement incentive for employees in positions covered by the bargaining agreement with the Roseman Teachers Association. Employees that have submitted a written notification of the retirement at the conclusion of the 2024-2025 school year to Human Resource Department by February 21st, 2025, will receive the one-time payment of $1,000 on the June 30th payroll. Ms. Marcus.
So for the last couple of years, we have offered our certificated staff that $1,000 incentive if they let us know early in advance that they're going to retire. That gives us the opportunity to fill those, big holes that they leave when they retire. And also lets us celebrate them and know that they're going to be retiring. So it was inadvertently left off of the last board agenda, I apologize. And it's coming up on the deadline, and I have to tell you, we do not have very many takers this year. Only 2 to this point, so.
Everybody.
I make a motion to approve.
A second. Motion by Hepburn, second by Whitson. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve change to the contract with Medallion Construction, Inc., order number 06 for the new cafeteria at Roosevelt Early College campus. The change order is for $14,950.03. Mr. Irving.
Alrighty, so going back to Bob's point earlier about, things look good on paper and don't look good in reality. Part of this change order is, connections for the condensers and to the freezer, and condensers to the cooler, so that the coolers and freezers can be, have electricity, so that,
That's important.
function properly. Just the little thing, so that's, rounding up $4,000 of this, and then the, rest of it is time and material for, replacing the, roof panels to the correct color of red. So, if you, remember back to, I want to say September or so?
Yes.
The original color that was up there was the maroon of Tropico as opposed to, Roseman High School red. So while we were able to get the correct roof panels and, we're not paying, we are being charged for labor. So there's $11,000 for time and material to take down the wrong roof panels and stuff like that. On the bright side, we get a good amount of roof panels for $11,000, so, looking on the silver lining of it, for the maroon color.
About $60,000 worth of roof.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's getting.
And so now if we have recent Tropico, we can replace it with the proper color of roof panel.
Our own labor, right?
Yeah, our own.
Yes, sweet.
Actually, we have to hire
Of course.
put it in.
have to hire more people.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Hepburn, seconded by Vince-Let. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved Belton Outdoor quote for an additional exterior tables for the new cafeteria at Roosevelt Early College campus. And if you all look at the back, you'll see the style of the tables, which are basically picnic tables that are round.
How many?
And they are red in color with black stand, I guess you'd call it.
Not the red.
Yes. And it is a red color red, not maroon.
What do we, what's the rest of it, what we need?
No, they originally did not have any tables set up for the outdoor under the awning area. And we said, what do you guys think? You guys just put all the tables out here in the sun. It's a park area. It's like, you want them underneath the shade. So
They're two different.
there's two different styles. The other ones on the outside are square. The ones that are going under the shade are round. I like the round ones myself. I think it makes more sense and more, what do you call that? Path of travel easier.
I'll make a motion.
How many tables?
Actually, it's in there. I just gotta see.
13.
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Yeah, 13. Okay, who did the motion? Seconded by
Second.
Hepburn. All in favor? Aye. Approve Southern Current Unified School District Hotspot Checkout Program. RFP. Response, to Forum, 470-25-000-88-74, awarded bid to T-Mobile for $35,910. Mr. Wexler.
So SKUSD participates in the E-rate program, which is a federal program that that covers the cost of the district providing internet service on its network. They added a program called ICF, which is for internet hotspots. So we provide wireless internet hotspots to families who don't have high-speed, reliable internet at home. So we purchased 250 hotspots last year. This is to provide the data plans for those hotspots for next year. So we got 3 bids, one from AT&T,